When it comes to Tomb Raider content in other mediums, we have had some of the films to enjoy, and then the recent run of this new animation. I do think Lara and her adventures lend themselves well to films and maybe even TV shows. At their core, it's a treasure hunting tale. From Romancing the Stone, The Mummy, Indiana Jones, among others, the general public really does enjoy this type of stuff. I think it's a great genre for getting that popcorn-style entertainment that many of us crave. We want excitement, mysteries to solve, exotic locations, characters to get invested in, and spectacle that can actually wow us. Lara has actually done this, and done it really well. Personally, I lean more in the camp that her film outings have been rather enjoyable. Personally, I wish we saw one more of them, and sadly we haven't seen anyone really take up this opportunity to do any more of them for many years. But then we had an interesting proposition, with potentially getting a live-action TV show on a premium network or online outlet like Amazon. Could something like this be good? Well, we may never know. So Amazon was developing a Tomb Raider Lara Croft live-action TV show. On face value, I'm like, okay, something like this could be rather good. There's a lot of ifs that sort of need to happen to ensure that this would actually be good. I understand that when making adaptations from, say, something like games, and especially many of the early titles, you are going to need to make some changes in some ways because what worked as gameplay moments may not necessarily work as something for people to just watch. There might be areas where you elaborate or provide additional drama to the action on screen. But if you keep the core of what made the original special, along with the characterization mostly on par with that too, like that version of Lara to be, well, I think those are some of the examples to show that the people actually making the show actually care about the source material, and hopefully as much as the fans do too. While the game may not need the movie or TV treatment, if done well, this could be great, and be a great way to be able to have additional content for your audience, along with now exposing a set of new people who are watching the movies and show and might now want to dive into the video games too. When looking at access, this would be a very smart move, especially now. We have a brand new Tomb Raider game in development. The core design games are remastered, and you can also find the Legend Trilogy and Survivor Trilogy on modern hardware as well. So if you make a good show, that sort of lifts the entire series, including Tomb Raider and Lara Croft's image. And currently, she is at an all-time high right now. Not super high, like if we had a brand new game out right now. But Lara is being discussed, fans are happy with these remasters, asking for more and all of that. So with all that being said, why is Amazon supposedly canceling the project? So according to some recent news, the Tomb Raider project at Amazon is now dead, after millions being spent and this then resulting in no script to be used for the show too. Now, like I said before, the concept and idea of a Tomb Raider show, I think that could work. While I am not really interested in creative decisions that they made for the animated show, outside of that, I think Hayley Atwell is a good pick for Lara. For a live-action show, I thought maybe there might be some promise. Look, not everything Amazon does for its shows ends up being good. You have something like, say, Reacher, which seems to be a project that respects its source material, and more importantly, just delivers on being an entertaining show. Whereas something like the Lord of the Rings show is absolutely horrible, a waste of time and money, and does not seem to really care about Tolkien at all. And don't get me started on that writing either. Same can be said with the Wheel of Time too, with it not really following the books well enough. Then you have The Terminalist, a great action thriller, or even Jack Ryan. So Amazon can kind of be more of a 50-50 kind of thing. So with that being said, if a team would look at Tomb Raider the same way that, say, the Reacher team is tackling that show, well then I think we could end up getting something good. But when this was all announced and a certain person was attached to it, my interest for this Tomb Raider show completely dropped. Phoebe Waller-Bridge was attached as either a showrunner or a lead writer. Well, thankfully it did not seem that she was actually going to be starring in it, like in an acting role, but having her in a writing capacity was not something that gave me a lot of confidence. I will say this because do you remember the Bond movie No Time to Die? That god-awful Bond movie that completely disrespected the franchise. It crapped on legacy characters, the series, and all of it. I absolutely hated that film. Well, Phoebe was brought on to sort of Me Too James Bond at the time, time. This kind of makes sense when you look at the film because it easily has some of the worst dialogue of any Bond film. And worse, the characters do not talk consistently with how they were in the prior Daniel Craig films either, and Phoebe was only one of the few writers. If she was more leading the ship, especially for something like Tomb Raider, that is the exact opposite of what I would want to see for anything Tomb Raider related. Well, some of this might seem a bit silly, but this show was being made and written at a time at the height when writers were trying to push progressive politics at the detriment of entertainment. I would hate to see Lara get affected by that nonsense. Tomb Raider should be fun, full of adventure. Lara herself should be confident, sexy, and an all-around badass. I want the outfits, and I want the sass. I think this will end up being a blessing in disguise that this series got canned. The big question is how did the development, after spending so much money, not result in any sort of script? I wonder if many of the big higher-ups at Amazon were like, stop trying to push this progressive nonsense, focus on entertainment, and as a result, this Tomb Raider series is now dead, or at least shelved. It sounds like they should just burn it all down and start over, if they want to continue with anything Tomb Raider related for a show. The thought of them, a good team, actually tackling one of her iconic adventures each season could be really good. Or it could be original stuff that has inspirations from her games. It goes without saying that I want more good Tomb Raider stuff. I think all of us fans can say that. We want more for sure, and we want it to be good. But if the series was not heading in a direction where it would actually respect the franchise and its characters, then it should never be made. Combine that with Phoebe's work on Bond, and heck, even her role in the last Indiana Jones movie. It's not really a good sign to have her involved because she just doesn't work with these legacy properties well. Tomb Raider and Lara deserve the best, and us fans also deserve that too. With progressive nonsense not selling now, and all of that, there is a part of me that maybe we have a change in the winds, focusing on entertaining. We will gladly pay for something like that. Just don't use legacy properties to spit out your crap. What are your thoughts on all of this? Were you looking forward to this new series? Are you happy or sad this show seems to be dead for the time being? How do you make a good Tomb Raider show? Let me know all of this in the comments down below. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you can help to keep this channel going strong, and this allows me to be able to do more for my awesome audience. Please check out the links in the description and pinned comment for ways to support the channel. And most of all, thank you very much for watching.